Doesn't look like the studio. Where the? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cross You Out podcast. And of course, I am your host, Eric Cross. And well, in today's show is a very special show. It's 2 years, it's my 2 year anniversary of doing the show. For the last 2 years, I have been grinding, I have been putting out, and I have been sitting here trying to do my best to put out content after content after content. And, well, we're just going to have some fun today. There's really no topic, no uh, main thing that I'm going to sit here and talk about. This is just going to be the journey of the podcast from what it was to what it is, and and what else and beyond. You know, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna light up a cigar. Oh no, I got this. Sorry about that. He's See, the thing about this one is it's very moist. Look at that. Oh man, that is funny. I get berries, and I get a very earthy, kind of a barnyard type of taste to this. Uh, this is one of the cigars from Pravada. This is I believe they call it, I think it was the pizza series. Let me double check and make sure which one it was. Pravada. Uh, this is a very very fruity kind of cigar. Um, this is the let's see, the Mutant with Pizza series. So this was usually regularly a 4 pack of cigars, but the one I got was an actual 3 pack, or it was um, no, excuse me, it was a 5 pack cigars, and they ended up, I guess, selling out of one of the cigars from one of their events that they had. So they only were able to have 4 or 3 mutants, which, as you can tell, one Michelangelo, as I like, as my favorite turtle of all time. Um, um, and it was 3 mutants, and a pizza. And the cigar was one of the LCA cigars that they put out was the pizza, which is absolutely amazing as well. But I'm gonna light this up, and yeah. So what I like to do is I like to toast the foot for just a minute, just a few seconds. So um, kind of get a there it is. Kind of get a little charness to the foot of the cigar. So, um, kind of blow on it to get the smoke to kind of start up a little bit as well. And also, you always want to kind of turn it so it just gets pretty much everything instead of you going like this. The flame will get it, but as you can see, it's lit up. But what I'll do is I'll light the cigar and kind of get a little bit more. And woof, oh man, that's good. All right, so let's get into this. Um, and I've always wanted to do this where I would sit out here, have a cigar, kind of talk about the show itself. You know, even have a topic of that's that is amazing. Um, of just kind of have a conversation about the show itself and you know what this is all about. So if you're again if you're first coming into this and trying to see, you know, hey, what's going on here? So from the beginning, I was going to start this show off. It was not going to be called the Cross Shot Podcast. It was I can't remember what it was going to be called. There was an idea that we had, me and a former friend. Um, that's good. So me and a former friend, we're gonna do a kind of review of some sort, and I'm gonna touch it up a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of canoeing. Um, just kind of even it out as best as I can. Um, So me and my friend, we're gonna do this our former friend, we're gonna do a podcast of cigars and craft beer, and might also do other kinds of beer. Um, and he was dragging his feet, kind of trying to overthink it and trying to do other stuff to it. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just do this, and here we are. The general idea of the show, it was going to be cigars. It always had to be about cigars. And it was also going to be about professional wrestling. Now, I also put in that I was going to do comic books, comic book movies, excuse me, um, you know, other stuff like that. And I just decided, you know, hey, I'm going to talk about cigars. I'm going to talk about pro wrestling. I'm also going to talk about EDC, just because I'm kind of getting more into it and more, you know, aware of, you know, my everyday carry. You know, before I didn't really have a name to go with, you know, what I have in my pockets as of right now. And if you want a pocket dump, the only thing I have in my pockets right now are my Apple AirPod Pros. So that's pretty much it. Everything else is on the side. My earbuds in, my phone's on the side. My cigar cutter and lighter are on the side as well. And I'm also drinking um, some of the Maui beer. I love this one. I believe this is an exclusive beer that comes out with from Costco. So if you ever go and get the Big Wave beer, um, it is it is an exclusive beer that comes out with this Costco pack. So go pick that up. That's amazing. Um, so the first year of the podcast was very difficult and kind of um, getting the footing down, I guess, of what to do, what to really just you know, how should I do this and whatnot. It was early stages. It was a audio only podcast. I decided maybe a year and a half in or so, I think, to start doing video and audio as well on the podcast. And it was it was a little difficult at first, just to kind of see what kind of programs to use, what what should I really invest in. And as of right now, I mean, I've went through small things on Amazon, like audio stuff, mixers, to my setup today is basically just a for the audio version of it. I use GarageBand, um, but the way I capture my voice is basically I use a Blue Yeti, the bigger Blue Yeti, um, and I think it works perfectly for the audio. I think it captures my voice and everything else. Hmm. I'm getting like I'm getting off of this right now as like some some boysenberry a little bit for some reason. Um, very not spicy at all, um, but really good, really good. Um, as of the video audio, before I was using an iPad that we had. It was very very hard from using that from the memory would be draining off of that. So I would have to, and I would try to film something between, you know, 15 to 20 minutes worth of stuff, and and really just try to do a one shot so I don't really have to edit anything. And you know, just really focus on how everything sounds, how everything looks. And I think for the most part, um, I have I have I have went into a lot of things, and there we go. We're still rolling, right? Oh, there you go. Okay. So I had a little audio problem right there. Um, but I think for the most part, for this setup now, for the audio version, is a lot better. I hope the wind is not kicking up and really getting it. But it's this one's going to be a very interesting episode. I'm not going to lie. Um, I went from using the iPad to buying a bunch of lavalier mics on Amazon and trying to find a good cheap one, but also a good audio one. Um, I found a couple of them; they were good. But then once I found that, I ended up upgrading my video to something more, which is this right here, right now, and that is the Sony ZV-1F. Um, I really think this one is an absolute amazing camera to grab if you are just wanting to point and shoot. That's it. You know, really just pictures and everything else. I think the pictures are coming out really good. I mean, some of them are all my thumbnails that you can see, and I really hope they look absolutely good. But again, that is just the setup with that. And then as of the mic, I ended up saying, I said in a previous podcast or a previous episode that the mic that I was using at the time was absolutely great, and I don't have to go and get a Rodecaster, uh, which I ended up doing. As you can see, this is the Rodecaster wireless mic 2. Um, so I ended up buying that, and I think the audio on this is absolutely amazing for again for what I'm shooting. Um, Man, this is really good. Um, but the thing about this podcast that is really amazing that I think is it happens is that I get hit and misses with certain episodes. Um, I'm not gonna lie, the first episode that I really thought was gonna get some kind of traction, some kind of looks was the Ant Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania uh, review I did. I was so proud with that thumbnail where I was kind of shrinking down to an ant level, and I think there's hardly any views on it, maybe zero views, I think, but it's funny. I thought it was funny, um, and honestly, this whole thing right now is just me kind of rambling, kind of talking. I really don't have a lot to say. I'm very excited for the future of the podcast because I think um, I want to do more. I want to have people on. I want to have guests. I want to, you know, um, branch out more and I want also to get feedbacks from you guys um, that what I should do. What would you like to see? What kind of EDC stuff that you want to see. What kind of pro wrestling things should I be talking about? I know the big news right now is CM Punk, and I am absolutely 100% tired of talking about CM Punk and this whole issues that's going on with him. I'm so tired of it. I am. Oh well, it always happens that way. I get a good ash and it just plops. But yeah, again, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys want me to talk about, and the most important thing is I want to continue on doing this podcast because honestly, this is the most fun I can have. I'm a showman. I think my pro wrestling days are done. Um, and I think at this point, you know, this is only a natural fit for me to just go in and, do a podcast. Talk about some things that I like, some things that are um, that pique my interest, and really just kind of just have fun. Because I really feel podcasts should be should be something that people do if they want to do this. If they decide they want to do this, people should have fun with it. Because when you look at something like doing this as a job, then that's when the fun kind of gets taken out of it. And realistically, you don't want that to happen. You want to just have fun with it. You want to be as goofy as possible. That is why this whole entire episode is going to be straight up. I am not editing nothing. You know, the cigar fell. I caught it. It was fine. You know, it didn't fall on the floor. It didn't break. It didn't crack or anything like that. But that was a funny moment. So, you know, it is what it is at that point. But again, 2 years, and I'm gonna keep on doing this for many more years, hopefully. And you know, honestly, I hope you sit back and enjoy, and I hope you leave a comment, you know, and enjoy the show. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna finish this cigar, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for joining me on my second anniversary. Hopefully, I get to have some more. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, cross out. Good night, everybody.